billion eyes light up whenever Amitabh Bachchan goes on stage and says, "Kaun banega karodpati?" The billions of us dream to become millionaire one day. Can you guess how many dollar millionaires India had in year 2005? 70,000. India had 70,000 dollar millionaires in year 2005. By dollar millionaire, I mean people who have net worth more than 7 crores. At that time, 15 years ago, it was anticipated that by 2020, India will have 2.5 lakh dollar millionaires. Now, can you guess how many dollar millionaires India has by year 2021? It's around 7.6 lakhs. How did India add 5 lakh more dollar millionaires in 15 years than anticipated? Any guesses of what could have been the root cause for this transformation? Of course, India's GDP has been growing. Even at that time, India had a fabulous GDP, and it was anticipated that it will continue to grow. But how did the survey, the research went so wrong from 2.5 lakh to 7.6 lakh? The biggest transformation happened because of the internet. See, between these two eras, nobody could have predicted that internet would touch our lives in such huge way. So many new paradigm changes will happen because of internet. And I'm over here to share some thoughts on how can we add more and more number to these dollar millionaires in these fast-paced, changing worlds of the time. My first, okay, here. So the first thing I would like to suggest is be an early employee in these young startup companies. Around 500 employees of Freshdesk became instant millionaires as soon as Nasdaq got listed, as soon as Freshdesk got listed in Nasdaq last year. More than 1,500 employees, early employees of 11 tech companies, including EaseMyTrip, became millionaires as soon as they were listed in India. And how can I forget Google? When Google got listed, more than 900 employees became millionaires instantly. See, when you join a startup in a young early days, not only you get to learn a lot on how to build a company from the scratch, but also via the model of ESOPs, you can gain tremendous amount of wealth, which can surpass your monthly remunerations. Now you might be wondering how to find and approach these young startups and land an early job. By early job, I mean joining them when they have less than 5 people. Most of these budding entrepreneurs are extremely active on social platforms like LinkedIn or Twitter. Now do some research about what their mission is, or what they are planning to, what lifestyle, what plans do they have around their organization. Write to them something thoughtful. And then you can write to them about how you are going to help them in their mission, how you are going to help them in their growth plan. And very likely you will receive a response from them. I do that too. The second suggestion is always have a side hustle. As per one of the studies on self-made millionaires, more than 65% of millionaires had 3 or more income streams at the same time. Now, in order to have side hustle, you don't have to quit your current job, or you don't have to leave your college. Side hustles can be done while you are in your current role. To give you an idea, say for example, you want to start an edtech company teaching about the history of India to young students. For this to happen, you don't have to actually create the product first. You can create a dummy website detailing everything you want that product to have, and then get early signups. Now you can measure how many people visited your website versus how many signed up. This could be a great validation of what you are doing or what you plan to do is required by the system or not. The other way you could do is you could create a Twitter handle and engage with potential parents to understand what are their needs. And then on the basis of that, you can iterate your product even before it was born. My third suggestion is to join the admiration club. See, there is one very famous saying which says that most of your life's net worth mirrors people you are associated with. By being in company of people who are more successful than you, your thought process, your paradigm, your perspectives change, and also your incomes can catapult. Now, the easiest way to find such people, to find your mentors, are again social media. LinkedIn could be a great way to find those people. Identify top 50 people whom you want to see yourself as one day. Like their post, repost, comment on them, answer their questions, share your point of view to develop new friendships. My fourth point is to make sure you invest. Rural India invests primarily in two things, either real estate or gold. Now, in year 2012, gold was valued at 31,000, which is at 49,000 right now, which means in a decade, gold jumped by 58%, while real estate jumped by 32% over the last decade. But can you guess how much jump did BSE, NSE, or Sensex or Nifty had in a decade? 240%. There is a book which is Rich Dad and Poor Dad, which has a very different perspective on how rich people react versus how poor people react. Rich people invest first and then use whatever is left to spend, while poor people spend first and then invest whatever is left. See, investment is not a rocket science. All you have to do is keep your eyes and ears open and then diversify your portfolio. My next point is about managing your time and vision. See, you cannot truly improve anything if you cannot measure it. Things can only be improved if you start measuring. So try to have a goal for this year end of where do you want to see your income and your lifestyle by the end of the year. For example, I have plans for myself. By this year end, not financial ones, thankfully those are sorted. For this year end, I want to improve my chess ELO ranking from 1800 to 2000. Right now it's 1810. And I want to be an amateur boxer by this end of the year. Now these goals push me to track my progress on quarterly basis. Because I have these goals, I ensure that I prioritize them in my busy schedule. If I do not have such goals, I will not be able to make time for these things. And one famous philosopher has said that what's worse than being blind is to have a vision but no sight. So please have a sight for yourself of what you want to be by this year end. My next thought is going to be avoiding debt. See, as per me, debt has another name, which is trap. Because it's easy to get in, but extremely hard to get out. Any kind of debt, be it credit card, home loan, car loan, they are a no-no from my side if you want to become a millionaire. The reason why I say this is that these debts, they keep you fixated on your monthly salaries. By having an EMI scheme where you have to pay on monthly basis, You let go of so many opportunities which come to your door as you're trapped by them. And my last point is around vision 2050. Let me share you a very different perspective on how to find your next startup. Imagine how the world is going to be by 2050. Whatever you can imagine, whatever you are extremely sure of happening, start building those skills and try to make that world come even before 2050. For example, we are in travel space. So I see the world by 2050, even before that, to have flying taxis, to have self-driving pods which will have bed in them, to have artificial intelligence-enabled travel agents who would know your likes and dislikes even before you tell them. And at EaseMyTrip, we are working towards making this future happen. Now, this is a short way for you to find success in your startup, because whatever you're going to start, which is coming out of from your vision, you're going to be motivated to do that for a decade, even with the ups and downs. And a startup will have ups and downs. If you find an opportunity which is forced upon you, you will leave that opportunity as soon as the business is down. But if you find an opportunity which is coming from your wisdom, from your vision, you are much likely to carry forward with that startup, even in the hard times. With this, I would like to end my conversation, and these are the small and obvious points, but reinforcing points I wanted to share. But before I go, I would like to share the quote by Warren Buffett, which says, if you do not find ways to make money in your sleep, you will have to work till you die. So ladies and gentlemen, do ponder upon the points I mentioned in your sleep tonight. Thank you.